has been conducting various yoga courses for the benefit of the society. Our belief is that yoga is a way of life and it does not comprise of physical asanas as perceived, but also inclusive of thoughts, food, and one's interaction with its environment and how it applies to daily life so that you get the true potential of better living as an individual and furthermost as a society. Our practical application of yogic ideas in daily life includes the simple philosophies behind the techniques of yoga that contributes to better living, which is free of physical illness, and you will be truly transformed at the end. Before starting the session, let's see how much you all know about yoga. Can anyone tell me what exactly is yoga? Will appreciate if you put your views in the chat box. How much you know about yoga? Can I have some answers, please? Any idea what yoga is actually is? Anyone? Anyways, many of you think yoga is a set of exercise where you do physical movement, something it as a lifestyle. Okay, yoga is an exercise. Yoga is preventing diseases. Anything else?
Yoga is a sort of exercise which by which our mind feels fresh, and it also prevents us from a lot of diseases.
Yeah. Stretching of body for maintaining homeostasis. Yoga is a spiritual discipline. Very nice. Many of you think yoga is basically a set of exercise where you do physical movement. Some think it as a lifestyle. Some say a spiritual science. Some say to join body and mind. So think yoga. Some think yoga is to lose weight. And some think yoga is a wonderful technique. Say, for example, it's a little funnier one. When you have a backache, you simply go to a yoga class, learn few stretches there, and once your backache is healed, no need to practice yoga again. People have different understanding of what yoga is. Today, I'm going to discuss with you all the classical definition of yoga that have been studied thousands of years in different types of yoga. And this will open up a little different understanding of yoga to you all. Let's discuss the same one by one. The word yoga is basically derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join. So, what you need to join? You need two or more objects to join. And when you join these objects, what happens? What exactly happens to these objects? They become one, right? So, yoga is the idea of oneness. According to yogic scriptures, yoga leads to the union of individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. We get different definition of yoga in different era. In Sanskrit, we say yoga karmascha kausalam, which means perfection in positive action is yoga, which has been stated by Lord Krishna. Yogascha chitta vritti nirodha. According to Maharshi Patanjali, control of mental modification is yoga. And the best definition of yoga is stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. In a simple way, we can say yoga is the symbol of physical health and hygiene, mental relaxation and concentration, emotional discipline and control, sensual attentiveness, awareness, and inwardness, as well as at the end, you get the spiritual enlightenment. Any idea when yoga started? Can I get the response again in the chat box? Any idea when yoga started? Can I get some response?
Around 5,000 years ago.
Very nice. Any idea how it started? What's the origin?
In North India, I think.
Okay. Let's know a little bit about history of yoga. History of yoga is basically being divided into four categories. These four categories are Vedic yoga, pre-classical yoga, classical yoga, and post-classical yoga. Let's first start with Vedic yoga. The earliest period of Vedic yoga focused on the Vedas, which contains the oldest known yogic techniques. Vedas at that time basically provides the spiritual core and philosophical foundations for the future development of yoga. Basically, it teaches at that time how to live in harmony. Then comes the pre-classical yoga. In this era, yoga began to take its form in its first directly written spiritual method in the scriptures called Upanishads. Mainly at that era, we see the Guru Shishya concept. Next comes the classical yoga, which is still practiced nowadays. It is based on a system of 8 limbs, also known as Ashtanga Yoga, which is being outlined in the ancient texts. These Yoga Sutras are written by Maharshi Patanjali. We'll be discussing about the 8 steps of this Patanjali Yoga Sutras later on. These 8 steps are basically a guideline as how to live a life. And finally, you have post-classical yoga. The yoga of this era was characterized by non-dualistic nature. It doesn't strive to liberate a person from reality, but rather teaches one to accept it and live in the moment. Traditional yoga is basically a system of spiritual knowledge coming from the scriptures and handed down by lineages of teachers. If it is not coming from the creativity of an individual. Nowadays you hear a lot about like different types of yogas are coming. Vinyasa yoga, then you have this different range of yoga, hatha yoga, ashtanga yoga, power yoga, and all that. These are little dependent on the creativity of the individual. But we are into the traditional yoga part that is known as ashtanga yoga. So, what exactly is ashtanga yoga? Ashtanga yoga is literally translated into 8 limbs. Ashta anga, where Ashta means 8 and Anga means limbs. So What are the eight limbs of yoga? Yama, niyama, asanas, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. In short, we can say yama are the observance which we are not supposed to do. Niyama, what to do on a regular basis. Asana are the postures. Pranayama are the breathing techniques. Pratyahara is all about controlling senses. Dharana is the focus, how to go inward. Dhyana is the meditation. And finally, we have Samadhi, the salvation. Now, we'll look at the broader aspect of all the eight limbs. Let's move to the first one, which is Yama. Yama actually means moral observance, which will help you to be in harmony with the universe, with everyone around you, with every being around you. That is Yama. Yama has five principles. First is ahimsa, which is known as non-violence, basically not harming other living beings. Next comes the satya, truthfulness. Next is asteya, known as non-stealing. Next step is brahmacharya, that is self-control. And the last one is aparigraha, that is the simplicity or the generosity. Next, we are moving to the next limb that is known as niyama. Niyama means the moral observance which will help you to be in harmony with your own self. How can you be peaceful with your own self? Is niyama. This again has got five principles. These are Sauch, that is, you of course you want to unite with that divinity. So, if we understand yoga in that way, that's not a thing that has to be performed on the outside level or done on the outside level. The outside is simply a means, a way to go inside. For example, in bhakti also, though we are doing all the actions outside, really, it is how I feel inside. Karma, the action, is what I'm doing on the outside. Yet, karma will really bear fruit when the feeling of love or serving or offering comes from within. Don't be limited in your thinking. Don't be small. Don't be minute minded. Be expanded. It's possible, is the mantra we use. We can do it. Live life with that attitude. You are doing yoga. A yoga is happening. At times, initially, you may be finding a little difficulty in performing any kind of asanas. But your first initial requirement is going to understand the asana, understand the technique. Then slowly, with practice, you can achieve the same. Now, let's have a glance of importance of yoga in our daily life. Nowadays, people are glued to their smartphones, laptops, gaming devices, and televisions. People all over the world, regardless of age or gender, are spending large amount of time in front of screen. We have become exceedingly dependent on the technology, from simple little things to more complicated tasks. During this ongoing pandemic, when we are all bound to live a restricted life under the constant fear of infection, it's natural to develop anxiety. Being confined at home for such a long period of time can be mentally challenging for many of us. When our mind is flooded with the uncertainty of the future, we often experience stress. To help with this growing level of anxiety and depression, we must lead a healthy lifestyle, stay connected to everyone, and of course, practice yoga to release the stress. Yoga can help us to stay calm. The postures and the asanas of yoga helps us to reduce muscle tension, joint issues, and relax our nervous system, resulting in a relaxed mind. Tomorrow we are going to start with the asanas practice. Before starting with the practical sessions of asanas practice, let's know little bit what exactly is asanas. You must have heard term yoga asana. So what exactly are the asanas? Asanas are basically a posture. There are innumerable positive postures your body can take. Among this, some kind of posture leads you in a higher perception or dimensions of life, which are known as yoga asanas. You'll be surprised to know there are 84 lakhs of asana described by Lord Shiva. The postures as many as the numbers of species of the living creatures in this universe. You must be knowing Lord Shiva, who is the creator of the creation. But for the welfare of the society, 84 asanas are recommended. There are 84, around 84 lakhs of asana. But for the welfare of the society, we have 84 asanas. Through this 84 basic asanas, we can elevate our consciousness. When we say 84 asanas, just don't think about that we are going to perform only 84 postures. There are 84 systems or the ways of attaining the same, through which you can transform your body and mind into a great possibility for your ultimate well being. This is what Yogasana means. You are taking charge of your life. You are transforming your body and mind into a possibility in your life. As I said earlier, we have 84 basic asanas. Now, this basic asanas are again further divided into two parts: meditative asanas and cultural asanas. There are 28 meditative asanas and around 56 cultural asanas. Meditative asanas are basically used for the purpose of concentration, meditation, and introspection, whereas cultural asanas are used for the purpose of prevention, cure, and care of psychosomatic diseases, also known as therapeutic or creative asanas. According to the function of the body, these asanas are further divided into five parts. Asanas for upper and lower extremities, that is, asanas for hands and legs. Asanas for intra-abdominal compression. Asanas for spine. Asanas for circulation of blood. And asanas for relaxation. We are basically going to learn about the spinal asanas, which are again going to be divided into five parts. First is vertical stretching. Second, lateral stretching. Third, anterior stretching. Then posterior stretching. And finally, we have twisting to the spine to make our body flexible. There are three positions which we are going to perform the asanas. We are going to perform these asanas in a standing manner, sitting manner, and in lying down manner. Apart from asanas, we have the breathing techniques. There are basically four processes which are involved in the breathing techniques. As I told you earlier, yoga is not mere a physical movement. With each physical movement, we have to follow certain breathing pattern. While doing the online session of the asanas practice, we might use few terms which are inhalation, taking the air in, which is in general known as breathing. Next comes the retention. After inhalation, retaining the air inside the lungs, or what we call to hold after inhalation, is retention. Next comes the exhalation. Throwing out the air is known as exhalation or breathe out. And finally, we have suspension, that is, remaining without air inside before taking it again, or what we can say, to hold the breath after exhalation. So these are the four terms which you have to remember for tomorrow's practice. Repeating again, inhalation is basically breathe in, retention is to hold the breath after inhalation, exhalation is breathe out, and finally suspension to hold the breath after exhalation. While doing the exercise, just follow these four process of breathing. Now, before jumping into the exercise or the yogasana part, we'll be giving you certain guidelines which you are supposed to follow for tomorrow's session. Make sure that you practice in a spacious, bright place where from where you don't have distraction from all the sides. Make sure you do not practice on a bare floor, but on a mat or carpet, or if even carpet is not available, mat is not available, you can use a bed sheet. Make sure that you wear clothes that are comfortable and loose. And one more important thing, make sure that you do not practice yoga after you have eaten. Is everything clear with you all? Anything you just wanted me to repeat again? You want me to repeat something? So, after knowing what yoga actually is, can I get few comments or few response from you all? Now, what is your view of yoga now? Please make the session little interactive. Can I have your response? Now, what is your views about yoga? See, till now, basically, we have the concept yoga is a physical exercise. We have few stretches, few breathing techniques. That's it. Now, if anybody is going to ask you what yoga is, how will you explain? Very nice. Yoga is about connecting soul and mind. Very nice. Anything else? Coordinating body and mind. Very good. Anything else? Focusing on yourself. Stress booster. Fine. Yoga, a tool, a method for sustaining a better life. Discipline. Exercise that balance body and mind. Very nice. See, we are left out with time. Today, quickly, we'll be having a meditation session, a quick meditation session that is based on the sound. Are you ready? Everyone ready? Can we have a little meditation session so that you can experience that feeling? Okay. The session which we are taking today is known as Nishpand Bhav. Ni means without, and Bhav means state or the attitude of mind. Nishpand Bhav thus means the state of mind in which there is no movement of any kind, physical or mental. It should be possible for everyone to select some pose in which he or she is comfortable. See, right now, mats are not there. You must be sitting on a chair. So we'll do this Nishpandha meditation on chair itself. I'll be giving you a few guidelines. You have to follow the guidelines, and accordingly, you will see what changes you can make. If possible, take your seat near the wall if you are sitting on a bed. If not, then just try to sit straight, keep your back erect, keep your spine erect, keep your neck and head straight, keep your hands on your thighs, palm facing upward. Slowly close the eyes. After closing the eyes, simply try to relax the body. Concentrate on the tip of the nose. Your focus should be on the tip of the nose from inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just feel how the air is going inside and how the air is coming out from the nostril. Feel the warmth. Repeat again. Take normal, smooth breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly take your attention on the toes. Feel as if your toes are relaxed now. Relax your toes. Now move to the ankle. Relax your ankle. Feel as if your ankle is relaxed now. Now slowly move to the legs. Feel as if your legs are relaxed now. From legs, move to the calf muscle. Feel as if your calf muscle is relaxed now. Now move to the knees. Relax your knees. Feel as if your knees are relaxed now. Slowly we are coming to the thighs. Feel as if your thighs are relaxed now. Slowly move to the stomach. Feel as if your stomach is relaxed now. Slowly move to the chest. Feel as if your chest is relaxed. Moving to the internal organs. Heart. Feel as if your heart is relaxed. Slowly moving to the upward direction. The shoulders. Feel your shoulders are relaxed now. Moving to the hands. Feel your hands are relaxed now. The fingers. The fingers are relaxed now. Moving to the neck zone. Feel as if your neck is relaxed now. Moving to the facial part. The lips. Feel as if your lips are relaxed now. Slowly move to the nose. Feel as if your nose is relaxed now. Moving to the eyebrows. Feel as if the eyebrows are relaxed now. To the forehead. Just gaze from inside in between the forehead. That area is relaxed now. Moving to the head zone. Slowly relax your head. After relaxing all the parts one after another, just forget them all. Concentrate on the breathing. Again, take your attention to the tip of the nose. At the same time, try listening to some particular sound. Say, for example, if you are getting the chopping of the birds, or the sound of the fan, or sound of the vehicle, anything which is available at that time. Remember, you can switch between one sound to another. If any kind of thought is coming, let it pass by. Just try to select some sound which is mild in tone and fading down gradually. Direct your entire thought to that sound. Remain absorbed in it in a passive way. Slowly withdraw all your thoughts from all things other than the sound. The only thought remaining in your mind should be that sound. Please be in this state until and unless you are getting any instruction from my side. Gently rub your palms, put it over your eyes, then and there, slowly open your eyes. Our quick meditation is over. So, how was the feeling? Did you notice any change? How was the feeling? Did you notice any change? Refreshing. We'll be teaching these kind of meditation, which is really going to help you to calm yourself. And it's definitely going to improve your concentration also. Tomorrow we are going to have the practical session at around 8 o'clock again. Do remember the guidelines. Thank you so much for attending today's session. Hope this session helped you in understanding all about yoga and how can you practice yoga for your own overall development. Please keep the instructions in mind. See you tomorrow at 8 with the practical session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Piyush, please continue.
Yes, sir.
Students, do not leave before filling Google form for attendance. It is already uh, sent on WhatsApp group as well as on chat box.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an informative and invigorating session. It was really amazing to know how intricately the yoga asanas affect our body and mind. This has certainly been a fresh start for today. We look forward to practice this in the upcoming sessions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
So
what is this
it,
section?
no, it's a system analysis mistake. It is a spelling mistakes. In fact, it is session. So just write yoga session, name of the session, and write speaker's name. That's it, please.
Okay, sir.
He's
Thank you.
making change. He's making changes. Huh?
Hello, hello,
Yeah, yeah.
sir. They have asked for email address as well as email ID. That is one and the same, no?
One and the same. Sorry, I will revise the Google form. Email ID is
Okay.
same, huh? Please. Email address and email ID same,
Sir,
huh? Please.
so shall we wait for it till you?
No, no, no. You can leave after filling the form. You can leave, but fill it before 9 a.m. Huh? Fill it before 9 a.m. You can leave the
Okay,
session,
sir.
huh?
Sir,
Do not.
sir, you told no that you are going to make changes. You're going to
No,
make
no, no.
changes
That
in
that
the
that will
Google
be
form.
done from next session. नेक्स्ट सेशन में करूंगा. हाँ?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, please. Chalo. And please do attend regular lectures from 9 a.m. Okay, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Joey and Piyush.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
हेलो मैडम, सतीश बारोटिया. मैडम कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना? बराबर हुआ ना? नहीं, हमें भी ठीक लगा. अब कल तो थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करवाएंगे ना आप? ठीक है. हाँ.